Since tickets have dropped, these are the top questions we've been asked about HHN 35.
Only a few tickets have been released. I guess the question that we get the most is, do I need an express pass?
It really depends. If you're only coming for one day or maybe two, for us, you desperately need it.
Also, if you have a fear pass and you cannot be bothered with the lines, then you also need it.
Here's the thing, because it's only April and no IPs have dropped, we really don't know what the crowds are gonna look like. However, it is an anniversary year and we all know Jack is back with Oddfellow. I'm gonna tell you, IP houses are gonna get up in wait times. Last year, Five Nights at Freddy's house hit capacity almost every single night of the event. With that being said, I would definitely also recommend express passes if you're trying to hit every house all night. This leads us into our next common question we get a lot is, what's Scream Early?
Or do you even need it? Well, in our opinion, I think that Scream Early is a must. Last year as annual pass holders, we were offered a little perk that was called Stay and Scream that allowed us to come into the park and get a wristband, and we could queue up into the houses
as early as 2 p.m. The previous years, it's been 4, so now we're getting an extra 2 hours into the park early. From what we've read, from what we've seen, that means that you can get access to 3 houses at 2 p.m. That doesn't always mean that you'll be able to be inside the house at 2 p.m. That could mean that we can at least queue up by 2 p.m. Final details of that Scream Early admission hasn't really been fully dropped yet, but from previous years, you've been able to queue up early to a house and then the houses have opened up slightly earlier than the event opens so that you then can get more houses done before the event even opens. Another question that we get asked a lot is, what is premium night and is it worth it?
Here, HHN is hosting 2 premium nights. We attended last year's premium night, and although there were some kinks to fix, we honestly wouldn't even change it for the world.
Let's talk about what's included. I want you to think Orlando Informer is hosting an HHN night, because essentially that's what it is. You're gonna have lower crowds, which means lower wait times. Also, all of your food and soft drinks are going to be included.
This is the 3rd year that premium night is offered, and we honestly recommend it for those of you who want to just do one night but see everything that there is to offer. If you're an HHN hardcore fan like us, it allows you to be first in the fog and see everything firsthand. Now that we know that they're offering 2 nights, that will be August 27th and October 19th. Which night is the best night to attend?
In order to choose a night, if you're like in desperate need to be first, or you're a content creator, or you just want to be there because you can't stand it anymore because that's all how we want to be right now, then August 27th is gonna be the way to go. If you're on a more chill, laid back, want to let the kinks work themselves out, we all know that the event gets better as the time goes on. October 19th is probably going to be a better option, not only because it rains in August a lot. Last year, we were completely soaked. All right, so we are now queued up to do Fallout. Yeah. It's still raining, but yeah. What's a Halloween Horror Nights when it's not raining? So
My feet are squishy.
My feet are squishy, yeah.
Huh?
So we're gonna go catch some ghouls and let you know how it is.
Team members are literally squeeging the freaking
my
concrete.
God.
That's ridiculous. It's like being
Still had a good time. If you're wanting to maybe not risk as much rain coming in, October 19th is gonna be your best bet. Also, the houses, the scare actors are gonna be much more comfortable in their positions. It's just gonna be more of a well-oiled machine at that point.
So another question that we get asked a lot is, how scary is Halloween Horror Nights? Well, that's really gonna depend on your fear factor.
So the event has 10 haunted houses and 4 scare zones. You could never step foot in a haunted house and still have an amazing time with just the scare zones and the vibes of the event themselves. Also remember that you can stay on the sidewalks during the scare zones, so if you really don't want to be scared at all, you can be limited to a little bit of the sidewalk safety.
The event itself is more theatrical. We could say that in the past years we would get the soul scared out of us. I mean, Elise over here, she had her flip-flop flying away from Texas Chainsaw Massacres. Things change and they have evolved. And now we have a mix of like, wow, that's really cool, and holy crap, did I just run away from a zombie?
Question you want to ask yourself is, did the Haunted Mansion make you lose sleep? This event is going to be a 9 out of 10 scare for you. If you're like us, the event for us sits at about a 5 out of 10 scares, because we really are here for the theatricalness and the horror and the movies and being actually like immersed inside our favorite horror films. If you guys have been following us for a while, you know that we do other haunts other than Halloween Horror Nights. We do a lot.
Whoa! Did you get the shot?
Real collection, he's lying to you!
Ah, yes, my finest specimens have arrived.
I think that's enough. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yes, we do a lot of local haunts. And to be really honest with you, those scare the living out of us more so than Halloween Horror Nights.
Last year was the first year that we had the No Fear necklace, which essentially allows you to walk through the scare zones and not have jump scares. They don't work in the houses, and we don't know if they're coming this year, but it was a nice thing to have if you really wanted to enjoy the vibes and not the spooks. Another thing to always note is that the scare actors can't touch you.
And you shouldn't touch them.
The last question on people's minds are, when do fear passes drop?
Well, I have news for you. Only Universal knows the exact date. But in the past years, we have seen some trends and they drop around midsummer. So I would just suggest to be prepared.
And when we say prepared, we mean prepared. Not only financially, but mentally. Because when those passes drop, they go like that. Last year, the fear passes that included express passes sold out within an hour of them dropping. So get your money ready. We don't know how much it's gonna be, but I would totally calculate at least a little bit above what last year's was. So get your money ready, get your mind ready, pay attention to social media, and wait for those passes to drop. So those are the top frequent questions we've been asked.
If you have any other questions, just drop them down in the comments below so we can, I don't know, try to answer them.
But until then, see you at the parks.